a 214 gram vehicle, a whole bunch of new vehicles, and some classics. It's going to be a fun match. Welcome to the Junkyard Joust, everybody. I'm Aaron Yonda. As usual, 25 cars and 5 teams. Only 3 of these teams get to move on to the main event. Let's take a look at our competitors. First up, it's the Blue Royals. Wow, we haven't seen this team for a long time. Mr. Maroon, we see them just about every season. They are retooled, and this team looks promising. Another classic team, Pink Push, and this time they've got some muscle. That Sweetie Donuts rig weighs 214 grams. The Silver Slivers have been around for a long time. They are still looking for that championship title. And the Valley of Green Gold are back. They've got a nice looking team and one clunker. Looks like John Madden is heading out.
There's an opening in the side of the space-time continuum. Boom!
88 miles per hour, and he's gone. Time for the joust. Here we go, round 1, starting off with Mr. Maroon and the Stutz Blackhawk, sponsored by Hendrika's Heavy Hauling. The Stutz hits that track buffer, ends up down at the end of the track, and we're on to Power Pistons for the Silver Slivers, sponsored by Chorgoth, the Infinite Horror. Power Pistons with a nice undercut, throws the Stutz off, but it ends up right side up. A car is out if it's sideways or upside down at the end of the round. Starting for the Pink Push, Birthday Burner, sponsored by Swamp Hobbit. Birthday Burner slams into Power Pistons, tries to get it up and off the track, can't quite lift it, and backs away. Coming down next, the 94 Nissan 300 ZX GTS, sponsored by the Aardvark of Freedom for the Blue Royals. Boom! Smash into Birthday Burner, but Birthday Burner handles it and goes curbside. Still could be in trouble. Ice-T for the Valley of Green Gold, sponsored by Tribble's Troublemakers. Ice-T slams into the line, and we've got our first takedown. Birthday Burner goes over easy. The track blocks its recovery. I think it would have made it, but it's not going to get the opportunity. Phantom Corsair is back for Mr. Maroon, sponsored by Sicken. Phantom Corsair with a takedown attempt on Ice-T cannot make it happen. Ice-T we saw a long time ago on the Joust, but it didn't have that topper. That's new. Motormaster moved over to the Silver Slivers team, sponsored by Evil Twin. Motormaster did great for the Super Crashers, and here it gets a takedown. Flops Phantom Corsair right over and upside down, although Phantom Corsair with that rounded top, we'll see if it stays like that. The Pink Caddy is back, sponsored by Lane's the Cat Lover. This thing has been around since season 1. It is still going, and it helps Phantom Corsair make that recovery, or close to a recovery. I'm not sure if it is beyond 45 degrees or not. Might need a measurement. Twin Mill, sponsored by the Test Joust series over on the Junkyard Joust Discord. A lot of folks doing their home jousts over on the Junkyard Joust Discord. Check it out, link in the description. 75 Chevy Monte Carlo, sponsored by Tim the Bear Neal. You might notice that the team stickers are not on these vehicles. Somebody forgot to put those on. Can't imagine who that would have been. They'll be on for any teams that make it to the main event, though. Jaguar K10, sponsored by Emo Dingo. The Jaguar launches off of the Monte Carlo. It's like a ramp, and it flips around, and it can't quite make a recovery. Goes upside down. An unfortunate loss for Mr. Maroon. Although it jostled Phantom Corsair, maybe it helped. Solaire CX4, sponsored by Judy Collins. Solaire with a beautiful assassination of the Monte Carlo. Flips it up, flips it over. It's gone. Solaire's good at that, but not so good at surviving round 1. 99 Nissan Skyline GTR, sponsored by Scrapyard's Used Body Parts and Service. Slots in nicely. Solaire does not get under Twin Mill, pushes it up on the caddy a little bit. Next up, a brand new vehicle, Challenger 1, sponsored by Sloss Automotive Sachet and Buffet. Slots in nicely. We'll see how this vehicle performs. Don't know much about it. The 02 Nissan Silvia S15, sponsored by the Mad Brit King. A takedown attempt, and pieces go flying off Challenger 1. The Silvia blew the top off that thing, but it did recover, and it's safe now. It's got a couple of big engines underneath there. Looks like it might have shed some weight on the top anyway. That'll probably help. Next down, the 03 Chevy Silverado, sponsored by K&E Stewart Agri-Services. 104 grams. It puts the hammer down, and the nail is that Nissan Silvia plows underneath 3 cars. Solaire taken down. Looks like it won't make it out of round 1. Salt Shaker, sponsored by Shadow Wolf. Silver Sliver's looking for revenge, and they get it. The Silverado is knocked over and falls off sideways, taken out. And Salt Shaker just about escapes. Nice takedown of that dangerous truck. 97 Crown Victoria, sponsored by Farty Marty. Crown Victoria hits the line. Salt Shaker escapes. The caddy's going over, could be in trouble. 64 Prince Skyline GT, sponsored by Sand Dragon Workshop. Prince slams into the line. Caddy goes over a little bit more. Not sure if it's gonna be beyond 45. Right now it looks like it is. Pagani Huayra R, sponsored by Star Corps Industries. We've seen this car before, and it has been effective. This time it gets a triple undercut. That is the second triple undercut we've seen in this match. The Prince Skyline hits a height of 6 before making a beautiful recovery. Somehow no takedowns on that hit. That means we have some good survivors here. 2005 Ford Mustang GT, sponsored by Reaper EOD. Mustang with a big push, and the Crown Victoria is flipped over upside down on the track. Nissan Silvia escapes successfully. We got a big jumble down at the end of the track. Turbo Flame's up next. You can sponsor cars in the Joust, and it helps me continue to make the show. Link in description. Nice takedown attempt by Turbo Flame, but look at the Mustang pirouette, sort of pivot out of that and gets right back upright. Goes right over Twin Mill, and now the Crown Victoria has recovered. Just in time for the big one. Sweet delivery, 214 grand. Sponsored by William Aronson of the Joust Network. Boom! That big pile at the end just got bigger. Turbo Flame gets pushed forward and is struggling to stay upright. Somehow, no takedowns on that hit. Just about cleared the track. Toyota Light Ace, 101 grand, sponsored by Mark the Music Lover. We saw the Toyota Light Ace way back when. It is back with a brand new trailer, and wow, it just hits a wall. There's nowhere to go. End result of that hit, though, Turbo Flame is now sideways. And it looks like the caddy might have recovered. Dodge Power Wagon, sponsored by Frank's Fork Factory, now with free Frank Fridays. Hits that trailer and gets rejected. Wow, the trailer propelled it just about off the track. It's hanging on, though, balanced on the edge. That was the final car of round 1. All 25 cars have gone down. 5 eliminations, and we have 3 close calls. Pink Caddy is gonna make it. 40 degrees, just barely makes the cut. Bad news for Mr. Maroon, they're gonna lose the Phantom Corsair, 51 degrees. And again, Turbo Flame eliminated early, 50 degrees. That'll take us up to 7 eliminations in round 1, a decent amount, and 3 of those eliminations were on Mr. Maroon. They did not have a good first round. Silver Slivers dropped 2 down to 3. Pink Push and Valley of Green Gold each lost 1 down to 4. The Blue Royals, a great first round, didn't lose a car. Round 2, here we go. We'll start off with the team that had the best first round. 64 Prince Skyline, starting us off, slotting in. Pink Caddy with a slam that sends the Skyline sideways, though still on the track, so not out of contention yet. Ice-T with a hit, but the Pink Caddy refuses to budge. Power Pistons mixes things up, and Ice-T is taken down. Valley of Green Gold gonna lose that vehicle, and Power Pistons escapes. A hit from the Stutz wobbles the Prince Skyline, but it is stuck on the track, nowhere to go. The Nissan 300 with a takedown on the Stutz. Mr. Maroon is falling apart. Another vehicle lost unless it somehow makes a miraculous recovery. Skyline GTR smashes into the pile. Caddy starts to go off, but no eliminations here. Big shot from the Dodge Power Wagon. The Caddy escapes. The Nissan 300 is poised right on top of the Skyline like a clock hand. Motormaster mixes things up. The Nissan 300 escapes. The Prince Skyline is back again. The Blue Royals are back to having a perfect record. And now the final car for Mr. Maroon, that Mustang, it's gonna have to put in some work to get them into the main event. Challenger 1 tries to take Mr. Maroon out of this match and can't quite do it. That car is looking pretty good at recovering. Just kind of rests on top of Power Pistons. Crown Victoria tries to take down Challenger 1. It manages to scoot aside, staying upright. Shot from the Pagani, but the Crown Victoria handles it no problem, parks on top of the Challenger. Salt Shaker hits the line, but it remains solid. Same story for Twin Mill, tightens it up, then backs away. A big hit from the 214-gram truck, but it doesn't manage to do anything. The line is pretty tight, and the force all absorbed. No takedown. The Sylvia comes in and boots Salt Shaker over. It topples. Twin Mill escapes, but Silver Sliver is going to lose one. Toyota Light Ace cannot take down the Sylvia. It pushes up into the back of that rig and then manages to just about escape the track. And that'll be it for round 2. 3 eliminations in round 2. All 5 teams are still running, though some of them aren't operating on all cylinders. Let's take a look at the aftermath. Mr. Maroon falls to just the Mustang. Silver Slivers are down to 2. Valley of Green Gold down to 3 now. Pink Push steady at 4, and Blue Royals still at 5. They are currently dominating the match as we head into round 3 with the Prince Skyline starting us off yet again. And it looks like Pink Push are lining up the Pink Caddy. Let's see if it goes sideways again. Indeed it does. The Prince Skyline goes sideways. Can it recover again like it did last round? The Dodge Power Wagon smashes into the pile, and again the Skyline escapes a little earlier this time. Caddy is curbside. Power Pistons with a beautiful takedown attempt, but the Caddy survives it, weathers that hit, plops down safe and sound next to the crates. Nobody's moving it. Ford Mustang gets into Power Piston's business and throws it over upside down. It's still on the track, might not be over yet. Both these cars looking vulnerable here. An 82-gram punch by the 300ZX, and Power Pistons is hurled all the way over into the tires. It makes the recovery, though, bouncing off the crates. Good news for Silver Slivers, and Maroon's still in it with the Mustang. Skyline GTR shoots into the scene and pushes that 300 curbside in a big way. The Pagani tries to mix things up. It is unsuccessful with any takedown attempts. Both cars too heavy, maybe, to get toppled over. Motormaster attempts the same thing, and it works. The 300 is flipped over. The Blue Royals finally losing a car. Challenger 1 wants revenge, not gonna get it. The Skyline just about escapes. We got 3 cars lined up. Here comes the big one. Sweet delivery pops the top off of Motormaster. It gets thrown, broken off. Will this affect Motormaster's performance? It is tough to say. I don't think that's happened before. The Sylvia punches in, doesn't do any damage, moves things forward a little bit. Twin Mill just tightens everything up a little more. And the rest of the cars coming down are just pretty much going to do the same thing, so that is going to be it for round 3. Most of the teams unscathed by that round. It's only the Blue Royals losing 1, and they will fall to 4, tied with Pink Push for the lead. Everybody else steady, and we'll head into round 4, but let's take a quick look at a few of the cars that were rejected from the teams. Green Gold almost had that car. Bob Ross standing next to a Ford Thunderbird that the Blue Royals rejected, and a Jaguar that Mr. Maroon ended up not going with. Round 4, here we go. Pink Caddy starting us off. A little reversal here as the Prince Skyline comes down after the Caddy, but it cannot do anything to the Caddy. And it pays the price. The Pagani takes it out, throws it up and over into the crates. It cannot make the recovery. Another loss for the Royals. Pink Push now in the lead. Power Pistons gets the Pagani underneath Pink Caddy. It is going up. Will it go over? The Ford Mustang splits things up. The Caddy escapes. It is not taken out, and neither is Power Pistons. Pink Push trying to end Mr. Maroon, but that car is not interested in getting eliminated. It flips around until it is right side up and then just about escapes the track. Challenger 1 slots in. The Sylvia tries to take out the Challenger. It stays level, that thing proving itself very durable and able to survive. Motormaster for the Slivers, not much silver left on that vehicle. It tries to take out the Sylvia and just about does it. Looks like it is beyond 45 at the moment. The Skyline finishes the Sylvia off, pushes Motormaster over on top of it and slides underneath. Twin Mill with a shot on Motormaster. It does not work. The car's still able to survive without that shield on top of it. And it's getting underneath the skyline now. The Dodge Power Wagon with an awkward hit. Twin Mill escapes, but look at the Nissan Skyline. Wheels spinning, turned up against its teammate. Completely vertical. You don't see that very often. The Crown Victoria comes in with the assist and saves the Skyline. It flops back down and just about takes position on the track. But then the Toyota Light Ace comes in and boom, the Skyline is forced up against the back of the rig, squeezed into a sideways position, and it will be toast. That was the final car of round 4. 3 eliminations and not a good round for Nissans. All 3 vehicles eliminated in the round. Nissan. Pretty even distribution with those eliminations. Blue Royals and Pink Push will both fall to 3. Valley of Green Gold falls to 2. They are tied with Silver Slivers now. Mr. Maroon hanging in at 1. Round 5, we're off to the races. Pink Caddy starting us off again for Pink Push. Randomized running order is up. This time the Challenger 1 takes a shot at the Caddy. Nothing doing. The Pagani with an impressive undercutter takedown attempt. It does not work. The Challenger 1 does a complete barrel roll and lands it. Looking very promising for the Blue Royals. Power Pistons tries to push the Pagani underneath Pink Push's Pink Cadillac. Try to say that 5 or 6 times fast. And then the Ford Mustang zooms into position, and now the Caddy might be in trouble. Pagani pushing it off the track. It's just about to topple. Sweet Delivery forces 2 cars off the track. They both survive. Maroon staying alive with that Mustang, and Power Pistons flipping over with a nice recovery. Twin Mill powers into Sweet Delivery, but nothing much going on there. The Caddy's settling down, very close to 45. Power Wagon fumbles with the back of Twin Mill, smashes into Sweet Delivery, and just about upends off the track. A nice recovery and almost escape. Motormaster slams into Twin Mill. It stays steady. Crown Victoria tightens things up. Evil Weevil forced off the track. And now the Toyota Light Ace forces Motormaster underneath Twin Mill. Twin Mill is going up and over. Thunderbird escapes. Twin Mill suddenly settles down just a little bit, but it is going to survive the round because there's no more cars coming down. Bad news for Pink Push. They are gonna lose the Caddy. Wow, look at the damage on that thing. You can tell it's been around for 10 seasons. Admittedly, it hasn't been in every season, but it has been around the block. Pink Push fall to 2. Blue Royals resume the lead in this match after round 5. We're gonna plow right into round 6 with Challenger 1. This thing has been doing the job for the Blue Royals, and they have decided to lead with it. See how well that does. Crown Victoria smacks it into the dead end sign. 2 cars tighten down. Power Pistons with the takedown attempt on the Crown Victoria. It gets thrown upside down, lands on top of Evil Weevil, and floats over to a recovery. Power Pistons escapes. Power Wagon drives right over the Challenger into the little cluster right there and backs off to safety. Great job for Green Gold. Mustang for Maroon has a little trouble, kind of fumbles with the Challenger, goes off the track. It's at an odd angle. We'll see where it ends up. Twin Mill hits that Challenger, also kind of struggles with it. The Mustang now escapes, and Twin Mill in trouble. Sweet Delivery with the big bash. Look at the staying power of Challenger 1. Actually gets that big rig to go curbside for the first time in this match. Twin Mill escapes. Motormaster with a big bump. Pushes Sweet Delivery's cab off the track, but cannot get the whole thing off. The Pagani roars in and tightens things up. Cannot get underneath Motormaster. And you know we're at the end of the round when the Toyota Light Ace shows up. Blue Royals always sending that down last. No eliminations in this round. And that means we are going to go to increased speeds. We're going to burn right out of round 6 into round 7. Starting off again with the Challenger, which has proven itself to be a great starting vehicle for the Royals. Dodge Power Wagon at increased speed still manages to handle bouncing off. Challenger 1 into the dead end sign. Cannot quite escape the track though, that could be a problem. And indeed it is. Power Pistons with a nice takedown. The vehicle twists itself a little bit. It's in trouble. Crown Victoria tries to take down Power Pistons. It is wise to it. Smashing into the sign, into the crates, gets out of there. This thing has been a valuable asset on the Slivers team. Ford Mustang with a nasty takedown of the Crown Victoria. Smashes it into the crates. Crown Victoria tries to come back, but Power Pistons blocks it. And now Pink Push is in trouble. Twin Mill with the takedown on the Mustang. The Mustang turned over. Twin Mill also turns over on that hit. Will it pay off? Will that sacrifice work out? And now look, it's back upright again, even though it has been twisted. The Pagani does Maroon a favor. You knew that Mustang had a good chance of coming back from this, and it certainly does. Pagani curbside. Motormaster with a takedown attempt. It doesn't work. The Pagani just slides off to safety, keeps it level. And now Crown Victoria is finished for sure. Sweet Delivery boots Motormaster off the track. It tries to recover. It gets stuck. There's no place to go. It is between the crates and a hard place. Silver Slivers are going to lose Motormaster. Big loss for them. Increased speeds. Toyota Light Ace cannot get Sweet Delivery off the track. But the increased speeds have taken a toll. 3 cars eliminated, but still all 5 teams in this. Let's take a look at the aftermath. Silver Slivers fall to just the Pistons. That is not good for them. Pink Push just has the big rig, but that thing looks promising. Blue Royals are down to 2, tied with Valley of Green Gold for the lead. Maroon's still in it. Valley of Green Gold gets the start in round 8. They will begin with the Power Wagon. It gets a little unstable at this speed and goes curbside. The Challenger 1 takes a shot and is successful. The Power Wagon thrown over sideways and eliminated. Green Gold fall to 1. Power Piston strikes, turning Challenger 1 over, twisting it down, upside down, but still on the track. Sweet Delivery with the big hit, and it doesn't deliver anything but goodness. The Challenger 1 makes a recovery. Power Piston turns out of it and manages to stay alive. Mustang hits the wall and goes curbside. The Pagani tries again to take out that Mustang, and it resists all attempts. Continual recovery after recovery, keeping Mr. Maroon alive in the match. Toyota Light Ace will wrap up this round. The Pagani keeps Green Gold alive, and the only elimination in this round will be on the Green Gold team. They fall to 1. Now the only team with 2 vehicles, Blue Royals. Challenger 1 had a beautiful recovery last round. Starts us off in round 9. This thing going the distance. The Pagani takes a shot, and again the Challenger is able to recover from that. Could have been a tough bounce off the crates, but it just twists and turns and gets back upright. All the cars that are still in this match are very good survivors. There goes the Mustang again, showing off. It's a shame we're going to have to leave 2 of these teams behind, but I'm guessing they'll be back next season. Pink Push's final remaining vehicle, Sweet Delivery, tries to get a takedown on Power Pistons. Wow, that was a big flex by that big rig. Power Pistons gets thrown up into the air, and this looks bad for Silver Slivers. And it goes from bad to worse. The Toyota Light Ace pushes the line forward and nudges Power Pistons over sideways to a guaranteed elimination. Silver Slivers will fall out of this competition. A very promising Slivers team eliminated in the qualifiers after 9 rounds of battle. That's a tough loss for them. Round 10, we are still going. One more team must get eliminated. Who will it be? The Pagani takes another shot at the Challenger, and look at that incredible dismount. No problem surviving that undercut. This thing is gonna be a contender. Mustang knocks the track buffer off the track and locks in. Here comes the hit from Sweet Delivery. It's a punch. The Mustang goes up, lands on Evil Weevil. It's a weird spot, but that is gonna be upright. Maroon's still alive. Toyota Light, bam, just about got Sweet Delivery off the track on that one. Wow, it looks like it could have tipped off the side of the track right there. That's the closest that thing's come to elimination, and Pink Push just barely surviving this round. Everybody did survive though, and we will increase to maximum speed in round 11. Qualifiers usually do not go this long. Challenger in position. Handles the speed with ease, locks it in. How will Sweet Delivery handle this? Ooh, wow, that was close. It does handle it. Challenger stays on the track. Sweet Delivery drives right over it. Look at it tipping, but it manages to stay flat. Pagani takes a shot. It goes over, but comes back again. The Pagani couldn't eliminate Sweet Delivery. And then look at the recovery of Challenger 1. Pagani flips itself over off of Challenger. Challenger recovers. The Pagani is not recovered. It's still on the track. The Mustang smacks it, but not hard enough to get it back upright again. Green Gold are in trouble. Toyota Light Ace. A maximum speed smash, and the Pagani is ousted off the track. It just about makes the recovery, but it doesn't, and that is the key. Add insult to injury, the spoiler completely broken off on that devastating speed hit. Green Gold survived for 11 rounds, a high caliber team, but they have been taken out, and we've got 3 teams to look out for in the main event. Blue Royals with 2 left after all that. A bit of a surprise from that team. They're gonna have a nice high rank with all those points. Valley of Green Gold, 90 points, but still didn't make it because they had no cars left. Here are the 12 teams that have qualified for the main event. Congratulations to the teams that are moving on. Pink Push, Blue Royals, and Mr. Maroon. Couple of exciting qualifiers and more excitement on the way. The Apocalypse Finals are coming. They will likely be in 2 weeks from today, and get ready for an extra long episode. It's gonna be a crazy one. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.